Good morning, everybody. Three buff guys here again. Another awesome week in the books. Another week of great decisions and good choices. How is everybody doing today?
Episode 22, and I'm feeling great.
Well, what about you, William?
I'm feeling fantastic, thank you. What about you, Thomas?
I'm just simply swell. That is how I'm doing. Simply swell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into it then. So let's just
right on into it, guys.
Let's just recap on the progress. There we were back in September 2018. Here we are now.
Yep.
So let's see what the next month brings. By the way, I'm nearly halfway to America. 2,014 kilometers so far.
Wow. This year.
You guys on? Yes, since January. So,
God.
well on the way.
Fantastic.
Wow.
All right, looking back, what went well this week? I'll start this week because I always go last. What went well this week? I had a reasonably good week, except for toothache. I had a tooth taken out this week, but in spite of that, in spite of the pain, in spite of the agony, I had a very good week on the steps out walking.
Yep.
For the first time since I can remember, myself and your mum got up early and we walked up to the top of Sternberg today, first thing this morning before breakfast. And I am really proud to say that when William and I did it, we did it in, was it 50, 56, 57 minutes or 58 minutes? And with your mum, it took us 1 hour and 5, so only very slightly slower. But that wasn't the only time that I've been up Sternberg this weekend. I was up there again yesterday. And yesterday I went even further. I walked to the top and then I went down the back and had a very long walk. Most enjoyable. So I'm feeling good. I'm also feeling good because people are complimenting me. Every person that sees me, they say, wow, God, what have you done? You changed your life. So that's really helping. So I'm definitely feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
The last week's challenge, I blew away the daily step goal, and I've done one 1 hour session of additional exercise. I did the bike. I may well go out again this evening on the bike. It depends. It's really warm here at the moment. It's 30 plus degrees. So all in all,
What would that be in Fahrenheit for our American cousins?
30 would be about 100-ish.
Yeah.
So warm.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's not so much the heat, it's the humidity.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So what about you, Thomas? Tell us about your week, looking back.
Well, you know how they say if you're going to do it in pairs, and you and I both did something in pairs this week, which is we both got teeth pulled. It was a bit of a double whammy for me. I had my wisdom tooth pulled on Monday, and it was pushing up against my sinuses. And so the doc said, if you overdo it, you could even blow your nose the wrong way, which these guys can attest. I blow my nose quite frequently, so I was always a little worried about that.
I don't know what's going on here. Hold on a second.
Broke it.
Yeah, let's stop sharing a second. I'd hate to show anything that could. Okay, you carry on there, Thomas.
Yeah. So got my tooth pulled on Monday. That hurt like absolute billy. The doc said I had to take it easy, but still went to work. Still got my steps in. And then yesterday I got my second COVID shot, and that was everything they said it was going to be. Absolutely terrible it was, but just pulling through. Like I said, was able to hit my 10,000 step goal with no problems. So yeah, good week, but yeah, it was tough on the health front.
Okay.
Yep.
Over to you, William.
Yeah.
Well, I had a fantastic week. Step-wise, maybe not so good.
Yeah.
Well, I did the bare minimum, really. But other than that, I cycled every day on the bike or in my room, at least. And at the end of the day, it's a lot better exercise for me than walking because I'm just drenched afterwards. So I think I might focus more on the bike in future.
Yeah.
Because it's also a bit easier because I can do it in my room and I have a fan. So in the summer months, it's a bit nicer, really. Well, the questions really.
Question: what went well? How are you feeling? How did last week's challenge go? And what do you do besides walking?
Okay, well, last week's challenge with the extra hour of sport, I did that 3 times or 4 times on a bike, and I recall us saying, or you saying, that we have to do something this week that makes the others go wow.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the challenge? What was your guys? Yours was the massive walk around Sternberg, or are we coming to that later?
No, go ahead. It's fine.
All right, so this morning I woke up at 7:30 and left the apartment at 8. So that's a wow
Pretty wow anyway.
itself already. I cycled 10 kilometers to the second largest hill. It's not a mountain, it's a hill, but it's extremely steep. And I walked up it, and I've been up many mountains in my lifetime, but that was one of the most difficult ones because the incline is at least 40% almost whole way, or 45 degrees the whole way up. And it's tough. It was tough, and especially because I couldn't sleep last night because of the heat. And my drunken roommate, or I came home very late, and yeah, so, and then I had to cycle back the 10 kilometers. So yeah,
So that's impressive. That is very impressive, knowing that you really don't tend to surface before 10 o'clock.
yeah, that's true.
So,
And I just realized, sorry.
So 10 kilometers there, steep walk up a hill, steep walk back down, and then 10 kilometers home. That's impressive.
2 hours, yeah. But I realized, I mean, I don't want to say I hate exercise, but I hate it until I do it, because after it, when I got home, or even when I reached the top, I felt amazing. It just feels amazing. I mean, finding the motivation to get up and go is the hardest part. But once you're gone, once you've reached the top, it's just all worth it. And especially on a Sunday when you got nothing else better to do, it's amazing, really.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. And when you get back and you've had your shower and you can sit down there and I know you don't eat breakfast, but drink a tea or a coffee or have some breakfast, you think, wow, I've done this, and most people are still in their beds. It makes you feel very good. Okay, over to you then, Thomas.
Well, by comparison to you guys, I mean, okay. So as people who watch this channel know, I have this really big self-confidence issue with going out in public and doing things that a lot of people maybe don't have the same kind of problem. But this week, Lily wanted to go down to the pool, and I thought to myself, you know what? I took a look, because I can see the pool just from outside my window, and I took a look, and I was like, there's a bunch of people there, so you know what? I don't want to go. But I thought about what you guys said and how we should try and do something that make the other person go wow, and then I thought, well, it would make me go wow if I went down there and if I got the courage to do it. So we went downstairs to a pool that had about 10, 15 people, and we went swimming topless. The lady, I hardly keep them away, but yeah, that made me personally just say, wow, good job, Thomas.
Okay. It's ironic because when you're down there by yourself, they're looking out the window at you anyway.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
I don't know. I think just being in the vicinity, and sometimes you could pick up on conversations that are going on, and sometimes it sounds like they might be talking about you and things like that. I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, me and your mum went for a walk yesterday at a place called Bad Kleinkirchheim.
Yeah.
It's a mountain ski resort and a thermal place where you can go for sauna, solarium, that kind of thing. We were walking along the street and we'd had a good walk. It was great. It was cool. The weather was cool. And as we were walking along, there were two middle-aged women sat outside of a bar looking at me and your mum. And they were talking about us. And you instinctively think they're talking badly. And they were definitely looking at your mum. And as we walked past, I heard what they were saying. And your mum said, well, what were they saying? And what they were actually saying was that they really liked the look of your mum's shorts. But instinct makes you think that they're talking badly about you.
Yeah.
And most of the time, people aren't. Occasionally, people are.
Yeah.
You can't get away from it, but most of the time, they're not.
And even if they are, why should we care, really? We're never going to see them again. And as long as we know that we're doing something about it, they can just shove it where the sun doesn't shine.
Well, England, it doesn't shine there much at the moment.
That's true.
In principle, you're right, William. And so many times I've been sidetracked. I've had bad comments, so I thought I'm going to go home and have some ice cream or have a beer. And then all of the good work and the positive momentum I had gets lost. But now I definitely see it differently. I feel the same as you.
Right.
I feel I'm out there, I'm doing something. If one person out of 100's got something bad to say, I think about the 99 other people who've got something good.
It's true.
And if you focus on the positives, in which that's the message that we started out with back in January, that we would talk about the positives and not beat ourselves up with the negatives, then you have a chance to succeed.
Yeah.
And a few of the people that I work with, oh, by the way, William, you're the cute one.
Thank you.
According to some of the people that I work with. Yeah, the ladies say the same as well. And
I think they mean that I'm the cute one. The ruggedly handsome, good-looking, just all-around great guy.
No, you're the self-confident one.
Yes.
Which is ironic, really, considering the fear you have of going to stand by the pool. Yet this is how we live our lives. We project something, we project an image, and people see you as one thing. And for many, many years, as those people in my family know, my family, my brothers called me slim. And it's something I got used to. It didn't particularly hurt me, but it hurt your mum to hear them calling me slim when I obviously wasn't slim. The good news is, for me at least, the brother that used to call me slim
is now bigger than you are.
I found out this week from my mum that he's bigger than me. So payback at last.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So that was looking back. Anything else to add on the looking back?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Do you want to say something, Thomas?
No. Absolutely. Go right ahead.
So the past 4 days, I've been in Vienna since Wednesday, and I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and today I'm going somewhere as well. I was with friends, and they were all drinking beer, and I was the only one that didn't have a single one. So they were having 4 or 5 beers, and I was just sitting there thinking, I'd like one, but it's all right.
Okay.
So, proud of myself for not drinking a beer this week.
Oh, terrific. Good job. Really good job.
Thank you.
The one beer that I had this week, it sent me to bed. I was in bed by, I think, 20 to 8. It was the day that I had my tooth taken out. And I wasn't feeling particularly bad until I drank the beer, and then I said to you, Mum, I've got to go. This has killed me.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a beer last night. I didn't have a beer the night before. So I'm kind of coming out in sympathy with you, William, or supporting you at least.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Today's topic.
Ooh. I think, yeah, I got some, yeah. How to sustain the progress once normal life returns. I think back to work and traveling are the two big ones that I wanted to kind of go into a little bit today.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking about the people that have been watching the show, and typically it's friends and families and coworkers. And I was thinking about you and how before the pandemic, I mean, compared to most people, you travel frequently, and traveling is a really strange kind of there's almost like this weird kind of void that it's really easy to fall into when you travel. Going to airports, you see a lot of fast food, a lot of just in and out chips, soda, burgers. I mean, the food there is definitely the bad food outweighs the good food. And for somebody like you who spends typically a lot of time in airports, how are you going to go to big airports like Chicago or Munich, where there's all of these options and all these great foods that you only get in America or you only get in Germany? How are you going to stay true to that course?
I think it's fairly easy.
Yeah.
It's fairly easy because you see what you want to see. And without doubt, if you go to Chicago, or if you go to Dulles, or if you go to Singapore, if you go to any big international airport, there is tons and tons and tons of fast food.
Yeah.
There are also really good alternatives.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you tend to be drawn towards that smell of the fast food, the smell of the burger, or the smell of the Singapore does some wonderful small pastries, savory pastries, and they are just so good. On the other hand, when I'm just thinking about Singapore airport now, this one, I know it very well. This one stall that sells these, I think they're called curry puffs. They're like a very small English pasty full of curry or full of other spiced meats. And just 5 meters away from that, there is an excellent, healthy Thai noodle shop. Another 100 meters down the way, there's another place that does sushi, healthy sushi. There's plenty of choices.
Yeah.
That's not so much the problem. The problem is more when you're on the aeroplane and you're bored. It's a 12-hour flight, and the stewardess brings down the stuff, and they they gently pass the peanuts or the crisps or the chips or the Snickers bars. They pass them to you. You don't really want them, but you're bored.
Yeah.
And it's free, or it's not
And
free.
it's free. And there are those people that they spend the time to walk towards the back of the plane, towards the restroom, and the stuff is laid out there for you to take. So instead of just taking one Snickers bar, you might take 3 or 4 because you might get hungry later on.
Save the trips. Yeah, exactly.
So that's a challenge. And also, for me, I know what's going to come when I finally travel again. I will get to places and my friends and colleagues will want to take me out to dinner.
Yeah.
So irrespective of whether it's Mexico or Singapore or Malaysia or Germany. Funnily enough, I spoke to my boss this week, the week just gone. He said, I'm looking forward to the time when we can go out for a beer together in Munich again. I said to him, hey, I'm not drinking beer so much at the moment. And he said, I know how hard you've worked to make the progress that you've made. So I respect, if you don't want to drink beer, that's fine with me. And then I said to him, well, I don't have so much of a problem with the beer. It's when you have you go to the beer garden, the gas garden. And then there's Schweinsbraten, this really wonderful pork with crackling on, with gravy. And you eat that, and then there's another beer and the whole package. The big saving grace I have now is I know I can do it. We've been doing this now for 22 weeks. So I know that almost every hotel I stay in has a fitness center. Almost every hotel has a swimming pool. And it's a choice. Use it and go and enjoy the food. Don't be the, oh, I can't eat that. I'm on a diet. Oh, I can't drink that. I'm trying to lose weight. Just get out there and do the exercise. Or if it's really hot outside, go to the gym and do the exercise. Drink plenty of water. Drink 1 or 2 less beers. Don't finish everything on your plate. And just really enjoy what you have. That's how I'm going to do it. What about you two?
See, when you talk about that, I mean, it sounds great. It really does, and I think to myself, I'd love to do that. I'll do that. When I travel again, most likely it's going to be with my fiance, and it's probably going to be us coming to see you guys at Christmas. Hopefully, God willing, knock on wood. And when that time comes, we promised ourselves that the first time we fly over to Europe together, we're going to do it special. And I know in my heart of hearts that as much as I would like to stay on the straight and narrow, I think that I am going to get pulled in a direction, but not by anybody's fault but my own. And there's going to be a bit of, I don't even know what the word is, but almost an expectation that because we're doing this, that means we can make poor decisions. I don't particularly want it to be that way. So I think that before we do it, I think we're gonna have to have a little chat.
So that's your first problem. You can't plan on failing, Thomas.
I don't plan. I do not plan on failing whatsoever. I don't plan on failing.
You just said you're going to fail.
Well, okay. No, the thing is, you have to, in a relationship, you have to give some, and you have to. It's not just take. It's not just give. You've got to find that common ground. And what I'm trying to say is, I have to try and find a good way that I can get what I want, which is be relatively healthy, be happy, and be safe. Traveling, there's all sorts of things that can happen. But then there's also trying to make the other party happy, which is first time traveling together, really excited, wants to indulge. If that makes sense at all.
It makes sense. At the end of the day, you can only influence, or you can only take care of you.
Yeah.
I've learned that I should have learned that over many years. But no matter how much advice I've given you or given your mother, at the end of the day, you make your own decisions.
Yeah.
What I will tell you is that when you come here, things will be different because both me and your mum have got a very different attitude than we had last year.
Yeah.
There will be, without doubt, plenty of food.
Oh, yeah.
There will be, without doubt, plenty of opportunity for exercise. one of the things that would make me very, very proud is to have both of my sons with me and my daughter, if possible.
The top of Dobrach, right?
Snowshoeing up to the top of Dobrach.
Snowshoeing. Oh, gee, wow! Set those goals. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will be walking every day. Your mum will be walking every day. And we have the chance to sit and do nothing and eat, or go and do something and come back. And as William said today with his challenge from today, coming back, as we all know now, having done exercise, sets you up in a much better shape for the rest of the day. And if those around you don't want to do it, then they make their own choices. It's their life. It's not your life. And that's how we worked this morning. I said, your mum came downstairs early. I said, I'm just going out for a walk. Do you want to come? Yes or no? If yes, great. If no, no problem. She said, I'd love to come. Let me have a cup of tea first. So that's a fair compromise, and then we win. If Laura doesn't want to come, if Lily doesn't want to come, fine. Their choice. We will have fun. We will have a healthier Christmas than we had last year. And it'll be fine. And it's not failing. The only way that it could be classed as failing is if at the end of it, you get back on the plane and you don't bother anymore about your progress for the future. Because whatever happens, I am not going to be the fat dad at the wedding. And I know for sure that William's not going to be the fat best man. And I know for sure, even though you're setting yourself up for failure at the moment, Buster, but you won't be the fat groom either.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, we talk about being honest. It's just one of those things. I sometimes am worried that the goals that we set ourselves here, they have a wider impact. It's not just Richard, Thomas, and William. It is Richard and wife, my mom, Thomas, me and Lily, William, you and your girlfriend. And sometimes I think that we have this, not necessarily a bad, but it is sometimes we have a tendency to believe that because these are our goals, they might take precedent over somebody else's wants and dreams. Now, I'm not saying my significant other has a want and dream to go and gorge herself at Chicago O'Hare, but what I'm saying is sometimes we do get these things in our head of what we think would make this better.
Yeah.
It might just happen to be that thing. And we're like...
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough because, like you said, I'm so proud of everything that we've done. Yeah, I'm so proud of everything that my better half's done. I mean, it is a really, really long road, but yeah, it's just trying to find that equilibrium.
Fully understand. Now, what about you, William? Because you're starting work this week, aren't you?
Well, you guys didn't give me much time, did you?
We've got plenty of time. We can overrun.
Nah, I got to go out soon. All right, but what I've said many times before is that the most important thing is just a caloric deficit. If you eat less than you should, then you're going to lose weight, whether you do exercise or not. I mean, doing the exercise makes you fitter, of course, and it's more healthy.
Yep.
But if you're Daddy, if you're going to exotic locations and going out to dinner in the evening, maybe you could skip lunch or breakfast or something, or have something a lot smaller. Like for now, I've got these protein yogurts. They have literally no sugar, no fat, and no carbs. I don't know how that works. It's quark. You know what's that in English?
It's like cottage cheese.
Yeah,
something like that. But it's like raspberry and vanilla. It's very tasty, but it's also very healthy. And so I just eat that if I get hungry, because they don't have many calories. And Yeah, with the work as well. I mean, I'm going to be standing a lot. I won't have much time for snacking or eating, so I'm not very scared. And I do, and not being able to do exercise is just an excuse. We all have 24 hours a day, and we can all wake up a bit earlier if we really want to and do the exercise. I mean, some days it's going to be a lot harder, but at the end of the day, it's possible for everyone to do it, I think.
That is a very good point. In the past, when I've been traveling and I've had a daily step goal, you spend so much time waiting around in an airport.
Exactly.
You instead of sat there at the gate, you can walk around as if you're going for a connecting flight. That you've got a tight connection. You can walk pretty quickly. It's air conditioned. I was in Bangkok airport once, and there was this guy, fit young man. He's got his running shoes on, his short trousers, and his t-shirt. He's jogging. He's running a marathon inside the airport. So if you want to find an excuse, you'll find one. If you want to find a way, then you'll find a way. So
Yeah, it's like me now. When I'm at a train station and I have to wait 20, 30 minutes, I just walk up and down the platform. Even if I just had to wait 6 minutes, I still go up and down the platform. And I never would have done that before December. So it's just these little things that there's always time to take steps, even at work. If you're not busy, or like when I work at the reception, if there's no work, if there's no people coming at the moment, I can just walk up and down a bit, or just the little things. They help a lot at the end of the day.
okay, so since you need to go shortly, I've not had any thoughts on a challenge for this week. Do either of you have any ideas?
Well, I'll be doing the 2 to 3 hours extra. Hopefully, I want to do it every day, but we'll see about that. And I like the WoW challenge. Maybe we could do a monthly thing or a fortnight thing or something, because I like that. Because yesterday evening, I didn't have anything. And so I was thinking, oh no, they're going to kill me tomorrow. They're going to tear me apart if I don't do anything. And I've always thought about going up that hill. And I thought, why not just cycle there as well? And yeah, really, really do it properly.
Okay. What about you, Thomas? Any ideas?
No, I don't really have anything this week. I think WoW Challenge. I think WoW Challenge is still a good one.
We shouldn't do it too often, the WoW challenge.
No, it's okay. So what WoW challenge before the end of July?
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
And I know that it would be alone, Thomas, but what about taking a day, a Saturday by yourself shortly and hiking up to the top of Table Rock again?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I just got to move this thing on quickly. I don't know if you can see that little old 98 there.
You're catching up with me.
98.2. Yeah, so I as you know, I was stuck around the wrong side of 100 for a while, but now it's coming down again. So it's been a good week this week, 98.2 kilos, and it's been easy as well. So let's see how the future goes. But this 95 is looking close already. So that's the thing. I've already redefined my goal. I'm heading for the 90 now.
That's my goal as well.
In fact, I best move this bar. Let's look at the steps. So I've had a good week. 116 kilometers this week, 20,000 per day. I had one really long day yesterday, so 31,000. But that's been a good week for me. And you, William?
Yeah, as I said, not too good on the steps wise, but as I said, I was on the bike.
Yeah, and you're still over your 10,000 a day.
easy 80 kilometers I did this week on the bike. So yeah, still happy with that.
And for you, Thomas, in spite of your dental, you're still doing good.
I appreciate it. Hopefully this week is going to be better, back up towards 15, 16. Yeah.
That's one word to exclude, really. It either will be or it won't. You don't need to hope. You just need to make it happen. And you can. You know, I've hoped for a long time. I've hoped for many things, but it's action that makes it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that on that day, which day did you have your tooth pulled, Thomas?
Monday.
I guess on that day you didn't really feel like walking, and you probably didn't feel much on Tuesday either. But your steps didn't come from hope; they came from determination, didn't they?
That's true. Yeah.
So keep smiling and keep up the good work. So I think that's us done for this week.
Mm-hmm.
So Christmas time, Thomas, instead of being at this point, we'll be way up at the top there. Way up at the top.
I think that sounds like a fair plan.
And I'll have a much better hairdo this next time. And I'll need some new clothes as well, as we all will. In fact, Thomas, this is where we'll be, up at this one, the Gipfel House.
I look forward to it. Yeah, maybe just squeeze me in there between you guys, and yeah, that'll be a good picture.
That'll be fine. Might even buy myself a new hat as well.
Yeah.
Okay then, Thomas, do your stuff.
All righty, guys. Well, another terrific week in the books. Great decisions, great choices made, all in the journey of better peak performance. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate all of the feedback, support, views. It means the world to us. We love doing it for you guys, and we will be back same time,